Hello, Oliver students. Good morning, students. Today we are going to start the history chapter 7th, tribes, nomads, and settled communities. So, students, in the chapter we are going to learn about the life of the nomads, tribes, and settled communities in the medieval era. So, what topics we are going to cover in the chapter beyond the big cities, life of tribes in India, pastoral nomads, changing society, the Gond administrative system, its social and political changes, and finally the Oghams. So, students, this is very interesting, and we all know very well that the tradition and culture of these tribes and nomads, which helps to make the Indian tradition and culture reach. Now, next, beyond the big cities, the tribal societies. So, students, we know very well the life of big cities, where how they live, then what they eat, their work, everything. We also know very well the difference between the life of villagers and cities. So here the life of tribals and nomads is absolutely different from the big cities. Then whom we call the tribes? So tribes are people who did not follow the social rules and ritual prescribed by the Brahmins. So students, we all know in the ancient India, or you also learn in the 6th class about the Varna system. So the Varna system, where the people are classified on the basis of their work, like the Brahmins who knows how to write and read, then Rajas, the kings we say, who fought for the people and saved their lives. Then third, the Vaishyas, the farmers and crop persons who help to other these groups, and finally the Shudras. So students, this Varna system, some rules and rituals also prescribed in it by the Brahmins. So these rules and rituals did not followed by these people. We called them the tribes. These tribes were divided into numerous unequal classes, and there was a unique bond of kinship among the members of each tribe. Means there are the different tribal groups, but each tribal group having the unique bond of kinship among them. The lives of tribes, the lives of tribals, the most were dependent on agriculture, other were herders or hunter-gatherers. Tribes were even nomadic and moved from one place to another place. Means some of the tribes settled at one place, and some of the tribes were moving from one place to another place. Where they lived in the forest, hills, desert, and other places where others people could not reach easily. Hence, the historians and travelers hardly give any information about the tribes. Then, how the records of these tribes preserved? So, these records preserved through the oral tradition, and hence we get it to know about the culture and heritage of this tribe. So clashes happened between tribes and powerful caste-based societies. Not only the clashes happened between the tribes to tribe, but also the powerful caste-based societies also. Students, these tribal groups is not a part and parcel of the caste-based society till 13th-14th century. Hello students. Students, some of the powerful tribes are shown in this map. Those were Khokars in Punjab, Langurs and Agans found in Multan, present-day Pakistan. Gadis in Himalaya, those are the shepherd tribes. Kolis and Berards found in Maharashtra, Karnataka and Gujarat. Then Bhil tribe, the central India, mostly the Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra, Gujarat. Then Cheros, Bihar and Jharkhand. Mundas and Santals, Orissa and Bengal. Then Korags, Vetars and Marwars found in South India, and Ohms and Nagas in the northeast, and Gonds found in Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra and Andhra Pradesh. So once see this map, okay, so these Khokars on the topmost, those were in the Khokar and Gakhars found in the Punjab region, means the old Punjab, okay. Then Langans and Argans, it is in Multan, means present day Pakistan. It's present day we see the border of Rajasthan and Punjab. Then next the Bhils, okay, which you see in that is in Madhya Pradesh, okay, and some of it's in Maharashtra. Then Kolis in Maharashtra, Gujarat, okay, the Maharashtra is a home for these Kolis. Then if we go to the northeast side, see there Nagas and Ohms in the northeast region. Then come to the Mundas and Santals is in Orissa and Jharkhand, yes. Then Cheros is in present day Jharkhand, and then comes to down here, okay, the Konds also in the Korgas, it's in Karnataka. Then Berards in Karnataka and Maharashtra. Vetras in Kerala and Marwars in Tamil Nadu and Kerala. So these are the some powerful tribes. So let's some few examples of these powerful tribes, okay. So the in Khokar tribe, okay, that Punjab was very powerful in 13th and 14th century. Later the Kamal Khan Gakhar made a Mansabdar of Emperor Akbar due to this powerful tribe. Then Langas and Argans in Multan, present day Pakistan, were the powerful and later subdued by Mughals, means defeated by the Mughals. And then Cheros chiefdom, okay, which present day is in Bihar and Jharkhand. If you see in this map, okay, so they are mostly where the dark green, okay, they live in a vast, and other areas they live in a scanty population. Next, they emerged in 12th century. Raja Man Singh, Akbar's famous general, attacked and defeated the Cheros in 1591. They looted the gold, means the booty was taken from them, and they were not entirely subdued, means entirely defeated. And under the Aurangzeb, Mughal forces captured the fortress of subjugated the tribe. Next topic, pastoral nomads. So students, what is mean by the pastoral nomads? The pastoral nomads were those people or the tribe that moved from one place to another place, okay, with their herds of animals. Means these pastoral nomads, okay, having rearing the animals, okay, and they did not live at one place, they moved from one place to another place. So like we say Dhangar, okay, those also we pastoral nomads, okay. Then they survived on milk products and exchanged the ghee, wool, etc. with farmers for grains, cloth and utensils. Means they having only one kind of source of income, that is the product which they get from the animals. Farmers for the Next, the pastoral. So the pastoral nomads, the most important trader nomads were Banjaras. Okay, means these people also doing the trade. Okay, which and when they moving from one place to another place, they use the caravan, and that when they use that caravan and they moving from one place to another place. Okay, that caravan was called the Tanda. The Sultan Alauddin Khilji used Banjaras to move a grain to the move grain to the city market. And pastoral tribes thus basically reared and sold animals like horses, cattle to the prosperous people. Okay, so in this way we say the life of the pastoral nomads depend on the animals which they reared. Next one, changing society. With the growth of economy, new jatis and varnas emerged. Smaller jatis or caste emerged within a varna based society, as earlier I told you. Okay. Then specialized artisans, smiths, carpenters, and mason were also recognized as separate jatis by the Brahmins and the Brahmins. Okay. So only leading families joined the ruling class with the help of Brahman, where most of joined in lower jatis. Means see, the some tribal communities or the other people also. Okay, so tribes already did not follow these rules and rituals. Okay, but the people who take the help of these Brahmins, they join the ruling class, and the others who did not held by these Brahmins, they join in the lower jatis. And the smiths, carpenters, masons, okay, they also recognize as separate jatis. The tribes of Punjab, Sindh, and Northwest adopt Islam and reject the caste system. Next,